Let's talk about Kim Kardashian. So apparently, you already heard the team regarding that show All's Fair, which, by the way, I've seen like Hulu had its numbers thingy or whatever. You know, like how they copy off of who started that? Was it Netflix? Where they had like the top 10 thingy, whatever, based on what people watch. I don't know. Sometimes I be thinking all them damn streaming services cook the books with all them saying like, oh, these are the top shows or whatever. Well, apparently All's Fair is in the top five. I think it might be in the top three. So people apparently are watching it, even though the show has gotten a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Critics panned it. People were reading Kim for her wooden ass, lifeless acting. But Kim basically said she don't care. She's still out here doing what she's doing, and she's not bothered by the hate. So in a carousel post on Instagram, Kardashian included screenshots of posts on Twitter, both criticizing and praising the show, including one that read, "Some of the worst acting I've ever seen in my life, alongside the most predictable storylines and the most ridiculous styling. I'm obsessed. I need 14 seasons." Well, that's where I'm about to say your real name. Cleveland said his daughter watched the show and basically said it's one of those shows that it's so bad it's good. So I guess it falls in that category of like it's a shitty, terrible show, but it's like literally watching a car crash on the side of the road. You can't turn away. You gotta look at the disaster. Kind of like this administration we're in. Um yeah, that's that have you tuned into the most critically acclaimed show of the year? This is what she wrote in the caption. Speaking of which, I actually have her carousel. Let's go to that. Um, let me pull that up. Yeah, so she has it here. Have you tuned into the most critically acclaimed show of the year? All Fair streaming now on Hulu and Disney Plus. Then we have another one with her and Ryan Murphy. The other one said immediately press play. And then it says Ryan Murphy's All Fair debuts with 0% on Rotten Tomatoes, starring Kim Kardashian, Naomi Watts, Niecy Nash, Tiana Taylor, Sarah Paulson, and Glenn Close. Remember, also was mentioned that Halle Berry was supposed to be a part of this show, but she dropped out due to, I don't know, I think it was scheduling conflicts. Cheryl, she probably read that script and found out also Kim Kardashian was getting a producer's credit. Was like, okay, I'm out. I ain't dealing with this bullshit. Also, what else? Okay, then you see her with the cast. Yeah, this is the one we read earlier about some of the worst acting I've ever seen in my life, alongside the most predictable storylines and the most ridiculous styling. I'm obsessed. I need 14 seasons. Hashtag all's fair. Then you got what the hell is she wearing? This has got to be the tackiest outfit I've ever seen. Then one person said all's fair is scream queens, but for wine moms and millennial gays. You just don't get it. And I don't want to. Ryan Murphy is the high priest of tacky, tasteless television, and this year he has outdone himself. You want to know something? If that ain't a compliment, I don't know what is. That's shade wrapped in a compliment. Because yes, he is the high priest of tacky. It's like Trump is tacky when it comes to the gold and all that 80s ambiance that he does, whatever he like what he's got to happen in the White House and all his buildings or whatever. It's just he is the king of tacky with that. Just like Ryan Murphy is tacky with a lot of the subject matter he does in his shows. Is that Amy Schumer? Somebody just step on her. Another one is says All Fair on Hulu dares to ask the question, does a show need to be good? Yeah. If I'm watching a show, it need to be good to keep my damn interest. And they said, and the answer is no, it doesn't. We have legendary actresses here giving the worst performances of their careers. It takes a special kind of talent to pull that kind of inability out of them. Well, that just goes to show that when you have seasoned veteran actors who even the worst, what's written on the page and how bad it is, if they could elevate that work and bring it to life, that's good acting. There have been many of actors who have taken horrible material and have elevated it. That takes a special kind of skill. So then we have another one. Critics realizing the reviews of All's Fair ended up making people watch and love the show. Yeah, and that's also good promotion. It's like, yes, if someone says, "Oh, this is the worst show," people gonna be like, "Okay, so now they say this show was terrible. I got to see what the hubbub was all about, so I'm gonna check it out." One person said, "All's Fair is actually so good. Me and my friend have just binged the first 3 episodes, and we are obsessed with this storyline. The fashion and glamour is giving. The drama and the acting isn't even as bad as everyone is making out. Y'all are dramatic as fuck for real." Hold on, do this bitch got baby hairs? I'm done. Here we go, colonizing what black girls do. All's Fair is the cuntiest, chicest, and campiest piece of television I've ever watched. All Fair is currently the most watched title on Disney Plus in the world, ranking first in 28 countries, including the US via Hulu. All Fair is in the top 10 in all of 36 territories around the globe. Child, if I keep reading any more of these goddamn reviews, I might actually end up watching the show. Like, y'all about to suck me in. So yeah, there's a Variety TV critic Allison Herman wrote in her review in regards of All's Fair. Hold on, let me go back to this picture that I had before. So let's get because some of the critic ones. Um, Allsfair is a clumsy, condescending take on rah-rah girl boss feminism, half-baked even by the standards of an overextended Murphy, who co-created the show with Joe Backen and John Robin Bates. It's true that the tone is intentionally camp adjacent, and if one squints, they could discern the vague outlines of a parody, but that's little consolation when All's Fair demonstrates such a low opinion of its own viewers, assuming we'll bark like seals when fed disconnected scraps of sassy one liners, flashy outfits, and men ain't shit commiseration. In the Times Zero-star review of the series, headline All's Fair Review, this may be the worst TV drama ever. Deputy TV editor Ben Dowell wrote, "Well done, Kim. You must have quite a healthy ego yourself to start what may be the worst television drama ever made, because All's Fair is so bad, it's not even enjoyably so. It thinks it's a feminist fable about spirited lawyers getting their own back on cruel rich men, but it is in fact tacky and revolting monument to the same greed, vanity, and avarice it supposedly targets. All scripted, it feels, by a toddler who couldn't write burn. I mean, hold on. They said, what? All scripted. It feels like a toddler who couldn't write bum on a wall." I was like, what? Now, several Twitter posts featured, okay, we already went through that. So, look, people like it. Critics hated it. She was not on. Look, also, I couldn't even get through American Horror Story Delicate. Kim was on that. And she's an executive producer on the legal drama alongside Murphy. So I guess her cachet, her money, and her name or whatever probably got this show picked up and got it made. And so Kim is getting in the TV business, and whether people like it or not, it is what it is. Now, if you choose to watch it, then that's great. But here's the thing: what we got to realize, this is cute now because of all the reviews and everything, but we always talk about this with movies. When movies get panned, or whatever the case is, or whatever, or even if it's good, you always worry about that first week box office number. But then it's the second week that you got to worry about. Will All's Fair be able to maintain that same momentum as they crawl their way week to week with new episodes till we get to the finale? So only time will tell if people will stick it out to the end of the season, because they said they watched the first 3 episodes, unless I need to check. Is it week to week? Let me go to my Hulu. Or is it uh or did they just do, because sometimes when it comes to the show, they just drop the whole damn season and call it a day. No, I don't want to watch it. Um Wait, what? Let's go to details and then episodes. Okay, so it is week to week because they got the first 3 episodes up. And then it says upcoming Tuesday at 12 a.m. because that's when they drop the Hulu episodes. So yeah, so it is a week to week show. So that's what I'm wondering, because I'm like, okay, now after the week to week, What is going to happen? Are people still going to stick around and care enough to want to invest in these characters? Because yeah, I always say it takes about 3 episodes to determine whether or not you're going to really stick it out and watch a show. So only time will tell. I'll see what those numbers are when the next episode drops, when episode 4 drops. So I definitely want to hear from y'all. What do you guys think of this story? Have you seen All's Fair? Are you digging the show? Do you agree with the critics? Is it absolutely a horrible show? The acting is bad, the writing is bad, the show isn't as clever as it thinks it is. I was trying to hold off that cold until I was done wrapping this damn thing up. Couldn't make it. But anyway, let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.